for 4 years. Every fall, I'd start harassing her about Gator football tickets, and every season, Leah would come through like a superstar. Of course, that didn't come without a price to me, as with all things Leah. Now, I'm not talking about money, although we did help support Leah and her friend's Mike's Hard Lemonade addiction for 4 years. But one of the first years Leah sold us tickets, my friends and I went up to Gainesville. After an evening of fine dining, cultured conversation, some reading in the library, we ended up at our old fraternity house for a party. Some of my friends had gone ahead of me, and as I walked in, I was greeted by some familiar and unfamiliar faces, as you would imagine. After making my way upstairs, I hear some of my friends talking about a girl. A girl in a shirt. Not just any girl, though. A girl with red hair. A girl, my friends said, looked an awful lot like me. Now immediately I start sweating profusely. A mixture of nerves for how Leah was going to embarrass me, and anger that my baby sister would freak in a party at a fraternity. I mean, what was she doing here? She should be sleeping. Or so I thought. Sure enough, as I turn the corner, I see Leah coming down the hall. She was so excited to see me, and honestly, I wish I could tell all of you that feeling was mutual. But it simply wasn't. Now, it's not because I wasn't happy to see my sister. I was. But let's just say the circumstances weren't exactly how I imagined seeing my baby sister for the first time in college. Back to that shirt my friends were talking about. As Leah got closer to me, I could start to make out what that shirt said. Shake your moneymaker. I just couldn't believe it. I can't tell you what I said to Leah at that moment. Maybe she remembers, but I think I've erased the whole thing from my mind. Unfortunately for me, my friends have never forgotten and will never let me forget. And I even had to ask some of them to remind me of the story a few weeks ago so I could share it with everyone and hopefully pay Leah back a little bit. There was my little sister, a freshman in college, at a fraternity party, my fraternity, in a Shake Your Moneymaker shirt. If I could have died right there, I think I would have. Ryan, my friend, this is your future wife. Thanks again, Leah. David, how will having children change our lives? Well, I was thinking about this for a long time, and honestly, I couldn't come up with anything funny to say because the truth is Leah and Ryan are already such amazing aunts and uncles to our kids, and all of their nieces and nephews that I honestly doubt having children will change their lives much at all. Now, don't get me wrong, kids are obviously a total game changer, but that's not news to anyone, including Leah and Ryan. But Leah has been an amazing aunt to both my kids, and my kids love their Aunt Lulu and Uncle Ryan. Ryan, in particular, makes such an effort to play with both our kids. Eric and I are both so appreciative and in awe of the love and affection you both show them. Even before Ryan and Leah were engaged, Ryan would go out of his way to have a relationship with us and the kids, and it's truly indicative of the kind of person Ryan is and the type of family Ryan comes from. We are just thrilled to finally welcome you into our family. Thankfully, Leah has no more questions for me, for now I should say, and mercifully, my comedy shtick can finally come to an end. So I just want to conclude by saying thank you again for allowing me to say a few words about you guys. When we first met Ryan, I think both Erica and I knew there was something different about this relationship, and anyone could see how much they meant to each other. Excuse me. For anyone that's been to one of these Littman events, you may have realized that us Littman men are a little bit on the emotional side. I'm sad to say that my dad actually did a much better job than I did of holding his emotions together at Dana's wedding, although he did almost pass out and fall off the beam at my wedding.